I don't think her
It's
hate
getting,
is
it's,
usually
it's
watered
getting
down at
old.
halftime.
It's really getting old.
It's getting
It's getting old.
all these jackets is getting tired.
No, wait.
Oh.
First and foremost, Pete, I was heckling the crowd last night because, again, I was all for recording. And so I was just pointing out at 9:56 that really our reason for not recording, which was so Deon could watch the game.
Heckle and Jekyll.
It was 50 to 29. I was thinking we had easily 40 minutes before the Heat were, going to try to make a push and get back in the game.
Such
I was looking out for him.
disrespect.
They did.
The level of disrespect that came from her phone.
It was not disrespectful. It was a suggestion. It was a suggestion
See,
that we go ahead and
the
record
level of
last night,
disrespect
I stopped. I wasn't even gonna get into it with her about that, man.
it was a suggestion
just utter.
that we go ahead and record.
And they
That's all.
cut it to 7. That's the funny thing about it. I was
did.
watching. I was like, damn, they actually might mess around. And never mind.
Yeah. About that stellar comeback that we. Well,
you kind of need somebody else to step up and actually hit a damn shot. Chris Bosh, Deon, Norris Cole,
Mario Chalmers.
Oh my God, he's stealing money right now, Jay.
Well, wait a minute, because when you look
Mario.
at it,
It's Mario.
Oh yeah, it's Mario.
It's Mario Chalmers.
Whichever one he is, Stephen A. Smith put out an APB for his game this morning.
I agree. I agree totally.
Point guard position, dude. If you, I don't even want to talk about it. It's terrible.
Go ahead. Channel your inner Stephen A. Smith.
Mario Chalmers.
No, man, channel your inner Stephen A. Smith because he was fully disgusted and he was like, if you will get no points in the point guard position, you cannot win.
But the bottom line is, it's not only the points with me. Everybody knows the best way to beat the Spurs is to cut the head off. If you can't control Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili off the bench,
Well, wait a minute.
Pick and roll.
Well, which one was the head? Because Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard.
Went
They
ham.
balled out.
That's a three-headed monster there, boy.
But I'm saying what happened last night. What happened last night in that first half was an anomaly. But when they got back within 7 points, they let Parker and Ginobili get off again. You had the game. You was in it. 7 points. The next thing you know, Ginobili off the pick and roll, throw the ball in. I mean, it was like
You know what?
They stopped
I gotta
playing.
be honest. Last night the Spurs were all night long for the most part. I won't say all night. They had beautiful ball movement. Their ball movement
They
was
did.
stellar all night long.
They did.
Them dudes were on it. I mean, come on, Deon. I know you're mad that
This,
the boys lost.
well,
okay,
You
can
can't
we
be
please
mad.
segue? Can we please segue from all of that rhetoric? Please. That just offensive rhetoric.
The thing.
Please.
I will be honest.
The game. We're just discussing the game, man.
Disgust is what it is. No, I agree. I think that the way after seeing last night, I think that basically whichever team comes out and just has that energy, has it going, that's the way it's gonna. I think that team's gonna win because the Spurs just came out on fire.
Well,
And the Heat,
they did.
the Heat normally have a kind of lax way sometimes about them, man. They really do. All
do.
season.
The only argument
They always live with that. They can just turn the switch on and it.
But
Right.
the only argument I say is that they did turn the switch on in the third quarter. The Spurs scored 15 points in the third quarter. So I'm like, they did it. It's like they just didn't keep doing it. They did it.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
I mean, after giving up that many points, they came in the third quarter like the old Bulls teams used to do and locked the team down. They were just in such a big hole.
And I'm gonna say,
they just couldn't sustain it or something.
and I'm gonna say something else that I noticed too. With 4 minutes left to go, it was 90 to 107, maybe 109, maybe 115. I don't know. But I thought they gave up with 4 minutes left.
They did.
I don't know if anyone else saw that.
It was a wrap.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else saw that, but that's a good chunk of time.
And because you're right, because there was like 16 minutes left. There was like 16 points. It was like 6 minutes left. Because I was like, I can go to bed. But then I was like, 16 points. is nothing.
Right. That's a lot of time.
I was like, that's a whole lot of time. I was like, so I'm gonna sit up and watch this and pop pull Tony Parker and Duncan.
Yeah.
But you
hold
can
on one
do
second,
that.
guys.
But you, like I said, you can do that if you let Manu Ginobili drive right, drive left every play. Why not sit Tony Parker? They're gonna let Ginobili go left every play.
I guess my thing is that you can have great ball movement, but the thing is that you got to be able to stop the passing lane or step in front of the passes. You know, D up somebody really hard, prevent them from seeing the next person pass or the next person so they can pass to. I mean, to me the ball pressure wasn't there at all.
Yes,
and
that's
even if you try to anticipate a steal, I mean, these guys are swinging the ball around like some old school '93 Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, some of these other Boston Celtics '80s. I mean, they were just swinging the ball around.
Let's pick a
Everybody touching
championship
the
team.
ball.
Yeah. Did he say the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah, he sure did.
I'm still, you know, I'm ready.
Let's try to not.
Mark
At
Price,
least pick a
Fred Doherty, Larry
I would
Nance.
have respected that more.
No, at least pick a team that made the finals, like the 92 Blazers or something. I mean, what? 93 Cleveland.
We made the Eastern Conference Finals.
He got beat.
You lost.
I told you, Jay's be killing me, man. Man, oh man. But bottom line is, yeah, the Heat. It's gonna be interesting though. But the one thing I was telling Jay, I said, I guess I'm just still not used to you get down to the Final Four teams, and I just don't. I'm not used to blowouts. Like actually, really being like that many. Like I don't remember that many in the '90s. Blowouts like that, like a team blow a team out, and then it's just they just lay down and just we got another in a couple days. Like,
no, it wasn't because you
when
had
a team
better.
blew another team out, they usually was probably that better. Usually, but most of those teams were even. You know, the Bulls, even the Bulls weren't like that much better.
Everyone was because you had good shooters. You had way better shooters than we do now.
Probably way better coaches too, because a couple of these guys, man. I mean,
but I don't even want to get started on that. Like I don't even understand that.
See what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it.
Think
about Scott Brooks. Think about Scott. Oh, Derek Fisher.
A year?
I'll never. That's what I'm waiting to hear from y'all.
You don't even know if you can even coach yet. Let me tell you. I don't care what sport you play. Playing and coaching are two different things.
Two different things.
Way two different things.
But Jason Kidd surprised us. He turned out to be better than we thought he was.
Please.
Hit me.
What? Pitbull in a suit.
Hit me. Sorry,
I mean, you said Pitbull in a suit.
That's what they call him on.
But is it? But
they call him on Twitter, Pitbull the rapper.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I hate you, Deon.
I died. It wasn't even me. They were like, why he look like that rapper Pitbull in a suit? I fell out. I was done.
You know I want you. I want you. You know I want you. That's that joint, boy. Dolly.
All of his songs sound the same. How do you know?
But it's all infectious.
All of Pitbull's songs sound exactly the same. Whether they're his or he's on somebody else's song, sound exactly the same.
Nowadays, yeah. Some people just need to stay out of the media. Johnny Manziel's one, and Donald Sterling is the other. I really don't want to hear anything else.
But the point is how are they gonna stay out? Everybody keep putting them back in. What is Donald Sterling saying?
That's the thing.
What is he saying now?
Sterling invited the media.
What is he saying now?
Sterling, he's a man.
He's not going to sell the team. He doesn't want to sell the team now. He's going to fight
up for his rights.
$1 billion lawsuit.
Nobody paying him no attention.
Because it's the principal. Those chicks he took out to dinner to pay him attention.
Oh,
and he went to the black church too. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, he did go to the black
Donald
church.
Peoples.
Getting in touch with his black side.
Adopting babies like Madonna. I mean,
the brother that was
Sandra
about
Bullock
to give him.
and Charlize Theron too.
I'll tell you what, it would be that brother out there to give him 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards. Like, really? he breaking you off that good? You gotta give him 2.
That's why he gotta
He's a man of the people.
So you
Okay.
mean to tell me he's gonna sue for $1 billion, but was about to make $1 billion on the sale, splitting the $2 billion with his wife?
Yes.
Not to
Well,
mention
now-
he's
well,
suing
now,
his own
he's
trust, so
still-
he's suing himself.
Yeah, he's suing himself. But the thing is he's
$2 billion minus one split 50-50. 50 is $1 billion.
But it's about
But-
principle.
yeah, but
If you're gonna sue for $1 billion,
It's about principle.
well, you know,
Can't lose.
he's got dementia.
what are you, big word now?
He's got dementia. That's right.
What are you,
That's what
big
his wife
word?
said.
Is principality smoky? What the man? Take
No.
it
Yeah,
easy.
exactly.
Got
It's
dementia.
principality.
His wife said he has dementia.
By the time he finished suing, he might not. Let me not say that. I ain't gonna put that on that man.
Why not? He did. I mean, really.
Might not be around.
Al Davis still alive. I don't see why Donald Sterling got to go on.
Prev, come on, man.
I'm not doing that. I'm not even.
Stop it.
I don't even understand it. I just like it.
You don't understand the fact that he's saying that Al Davis is still alive like Elvis.
That's
Al
funny.
Davis ain't
That's
dead.
hilarious.
Jason, you going again?
There he went.
God,
Yeah.
dog. Bro.
Because
Jason
now
get a
he's
couple.
frozen.
Listen, Jason popped
Now
in
he's
and out like we pay him by the minute. Like we pay him every 5 minutes a couple $100,000.
Jason, what's up with your stuff, man?
He popped in. Like, we
I
pay him
had a
every
terrible
5 minutes a
connection
couple
tonight. My connection is the
$100,000.
worst it's ever been tonight.
Are you on the road, Jason?
Jay, Pete got you on that payroll. We can't be paying you a couple $100,000 every 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
Jason's sponsors left him.
Hey, all I know is
Awesome,
if he
boy.
get paid, he need to buy new internet. Cause I mean, goddamn,
I know that's right.
I can blame my stuff on the hotel every now and then. But God, dog, Jason, you been living in that house for a while.
Yeah,
now.
this is
I'm in the well. I'm
Hey,
in the
you
well.
really
the
stay-
worst
you been
it's ever
living there-
been.
You've been living there long enough. You done had a kid. And your
know-
Internet is still
This
changing.
is the worst it's ever been.
Pete, you know what he did?
I've never been on a call. That
No, he
been
did
this
not.
bad.
He sent an email to the customer
I didn't
service.
talk
and,
about it.
and they never got it. That thing got stuck in the outbox.
He went on the website.
That thing he's stuck in your outbox, Jay. It's crap.
He tried to chat
But
with the customer
let
service.
me talk while I got the good connection.
Or they got it and it's in their junk mail folder. That's what it is. It's in their junk. They ain't
This
checked.
Donald Sterling thing, this is like when the two old people start arguing about what happened in 19 whatever. They say, it wasn't in 1962. No, it wasn't 1962. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. That's what Donald Sterling.
But you
That's
know
what
what?
Donald Sterling.
And that's
is
why we
talking
pay him
about
ladies and
right
gentlemen.
now.
Sterling,
That's
So
why
they
we
ain't
pay
talking
the
him.
much,
rich
though.
old person's version of that.
Did you see how he came
I
in
told
and earned
you.
that money? That's why we pay him.
I
Hey,
told
$6
you
and
I told you had dementia. No, I don't. No, I don't. They took my team. I told you need to sit down somewhere. Let me sell this team down.
Hey,
Sherry, I
speaking
told
of
you I'm fine. I told
hey,
you
Jay,
I am
Jay,
fine.
speaking of
hanging
sit
with-
down.
I'm hanging with my sisters. We going to the club. We going to the Black Curve.
Going
I
to the
am
club.
fine. Sherry
going
is
to the
telling
Black
him, you
Church.
need to sit down, Don.
He took him to Red Lobster for the cheddar biscuits.
Oh God, it's not the cheddar
Hey,
biscuits.
guys. I mean,
right,
the
with
three
the
guys,
cheddar biscuit.
the other thing. Oh, not the cheddar
He
biscuit.
acting like
Cheddar
granddad from the
Cheddar
Boondocks.
biscuit. Yeah.
But see, that was
Granddad, you ain't got no
that was when
game,
he
Granddad. I know the game. I know the
Yeah.
game.
No, that was
game recognized game.
now
Now,
that was
you looking
that was
unfamiliar right
Pete.
now, Prev.
He bought it.
Donald, you looking right unfamiliar right now.
I tell
You
you,
need to
boy,
sit down.
y'all something else, man.
Sherry
Hey,
saying
man,
you
that's
need
old
to
school
sit down,
Boondocks
Don.
right there.
You
I
need to sit down.
Hey Jay, speaking of sitting
You need to
down,
sit
your
down,
boy's
Don.
wife
Yeah.
in Kentucky for the Triple Crown. His wife told his butt to sit down. You
Oh, that was hilarious.
What happened with that?
Look, check this out. Only horse race clip.
I have not
I haven't seen it.
I heard.
So
you didn't see that.
He was
I
like,
haven't
What did she
watched-
say?
He was like, shit. He's like, what?
They can't tell me what
What
to
did
do.
she say?
Can't tell me what
I'm
the wife
talking.
was trying to
I'm
tell
talking.
shut up. He was like, I'm talking.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
And then a couple days later, a day later, this fool talking
He
about
was like, my
running his horse, after his horse and ran 2 races up against a horse that hadn't ran any races, is like a 6'2" guy playing basketball against a wheelchair. I was like, what? And then the next day, he's on Good Morning America, apologizing, and the first 3 lines was,
I'm ashamed of my wife.
I want to apologize to my wife, and I want to apologize to my wife.
Right.
And she was over there like this,
No, I didn't know he finally apologized. The dude
Yeah, he finally apologized.
got me up here early in the morning on the damn.
No, that's twice. Up here early in the morning, looking like a fool.
I tell you what,
He shushed the woman. He shushed me on TV. You shushed me.
I tell you what, ever since we left the 90s, there's been a lot of apologizing.
Deon, we had a discussion about Virginia having teams, and do we actually claim the Redskins and the Nationals? I'll let you take the floor on that, because I want to hear your opinion on this.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
DC is a totally different. That's funny because I was in elementary school and I found that out. Like, yeah, we have a team. We have the Washington Redskins. No, you don't. No, son, that's DC.
No, son.
Oh, well, wait a minute. What do you mean? It's Virginia, right?
So are y'all Ravens fans?
No.
No.
We would have Virginia. We picked teams.
You talking about back then? It was still the Colts.
We don't go with regions. We just pick who we like.
You're either Redskins or Cowboys.
And I mean, but on my other side, it's the freaking Steeler fan, Charger fan.
Yeah, I was a Buffalo fan.
Right, and I was the Dolphins.
But now that I'm an adult and I see that I'm an adult and I see what, like, that's a great feeling to have a team that you can go see.
Even if they're losing,
even if they're go play, even if they're losing, you can claim that team, and that's your team, man.
Right, Jay? Right, Jay?
I was about to say that's the essence of
being a Cleveland fan.
The factory of sadness.
You got to stay.
They are.
You got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. Because when they finally win in 2060, you're going to be elated.
I'm clowning. I'm telling you right now.
You're going to be Donald Sterling's age. You're going to be Donald Sterling's age. And then Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
Y'all going to not stand me.
They're going to win the Super Bowl playing in Jerry World and Jerry World's too. Because they're going to build another stadium by then. Jerry will be 150 still with the mind of a 40-year-old.
No. He'll have the mind of a 50-year-old by then.
The older you get, the further back his mind runs. His mind gets younger.
He ain't going to be the
The
older he get, the more Al Davis he turn into.
Wow. Well, I can't disagree. I can't disagree. I honestly cannot disagree with that.
Well, there was a funny thing on Facebook where they had this thing about a Heat fan, so they were saying, name that Heat. So it had a picture of LeBron, and it was this guy saying, oh, that's easy, that's LeBron. Then they had a picture of Alonzo Mourning, and they said, who is that? And then they had a picture of Tim Hardaway. Then they showed a picture of Glenn Rice, and they said, I don't know who that is either. And I'm like,
remember Smitty?
Those are those people that get mad.
Steve Smith, Ron Cycli.
But wait a minute, wait though, because then you have people like me who, if you do that to, I don't know those names, all of them. Okay, not Cycli, I know the other ones. Because listen, no, but it's real talk. I hate saying that. No, honestly. I hate saying that. I'm sorry. Shots fired. Real talk. I hate that.
Good son.
But Stephen A. Smith said, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But you got a guy like me.
You not said anything.
Coming from Virginia, I never had a team. So, and I've been down here in South Florida for 14 years. So in 06, I said, well, why not? I didn't do anything about this. I guess I had to learn about the unit, but you know what I mean? So what am I supposed to do? The displaced fan of nowhere.
But at least it was those 6.
But you are displaced.
At least it's been 8 years now.
But you are
Thank you, Virginia. Thank you, Commonwealth.
At least But at least you've been there longer than 2
Hey,
Right.
like
Okay.
I told y'all the most ironic thing that ever happened with me was that my cousin got drafted to my favorite football team. I was like, that is an ironic thing.
They knew nothing about that
They
team.
didn't know nothing about it. And I hit Deon up. I said, you do realize you just got drafted by my favorite team. Let me tell you about your team.
The quarterback's name is.
The quarterback name, I think, at the time was Ray Lucas.
Right.
And then you had Craig Erickson.
goodness.
And then we went into the Jay Fielder mode. Let me tell
Right.
you about these guys, all right?
I only knew from Tecmo Bowl, Brian Troopers, Marino. Okay. You had Cox on defense. You had Cox on defense.
Brian Cox, Zach.
Okay. That's it. That's all I knew. I'm done with Cox. I'm there.
Done.
Oh, God.
You done with Cox. 51. 51.
That's
That's it. You done with Cox?
I was done.
Brian Cox. Oh, man.
That's it.
That was funny to me, boy. I was like, dang, he got drafted by the Dolphins. Oh, my
And you know
goodness.
what? Even that was, and I'm not even gonna go any further than this. But you know what's even more ironic, if I could say that? I get into the first day of training camp, Pete, and you know my team was Buffalo, man. I was diehard Buffalo, and guess who? I'm stretching out in practice. Thurman
Thomas.
I'm losing it.
Thurman Thomas.
I'm losing it. Lost
You ain't asked for an autograph, did you?
I did not, but I lost it.
Chris Carter left before you came, right?
No, he was there with. I was
You was there with Chris Carter too?
Yes.
Wow.
You didn't get his autograph?
I don't even remember the. I don't
Did
even
not
remember
want
the
his
Chris
autograph.
I told you, Chris Carter finished.
You didn't like Chris Carter?
Chris Carter finished his career with the Dolphins.
I love Chris
Thomas
Carter.
finished his career with the Dolphins.
I
Urban
love Chris Carter.
Pryor-
Deon said he didn't want
Urban
his
Pryor
autograph.
finished his career with the Dolphins. All these hated guys from the Dolphins
right.
rival years, and they all came and chilled out in South Beach.
That's right. Like, nah, I didn't like.
They came and said, "Well, why not? I'm old."
Chris Carter for me was not. I'm good.
He was not a pleasant encounter.
But he's
Nah,
going.
he wasn't.
He's getting a little. I ain't gonna say big for his britches. I don't know what I want to call it, but it's like everything that comes up now. He's just like overboard. If Mark Cuban said to me, I'm like, dang, he's about to start a revolution. He's about to start a revolution over what? I mean, what the heck is going on?
He's been that way, and
Yeah.
absolutely
Chris
when he
Carter's
got.
always been that way.
Overboard, man.
Yeah.
It's just overboard.
And when he came here, he didn't help us out at all.
I'll take Ray Lewis on air right now before I take Chris, man. I'm just, you know how I feel about that. I mean, Chris is going overboard, man.
That's how he is, man.
But I
He was
love
like,
Chris Carter though. I've always loved Chris Carter.
Me too.
But Jay, the reason why we were having trouble with Skip is because Skip was going too far. It's like his points were
Right.
good, and then he would go too far. Chris is going too far now. His points were good 2 years ago. Got the gold jacket. Now he's going too far.
but did you see? But you know what? Like this is
So
what
my
I'm
Buckeye
saying.
got the big head. Let him calm down for a second.
Listen,
He finally
I'm telling you, there's something.
You're a flyer.
There's something disingenuous about him, and even then you can see it. No, I'm serious.
I like that.
I'm
like
serious. You can see it. You could see it in his acceptance speech. I mean, his Hall of Fame speech. Like it was over the top. If it can be, I understand that's your moment and that's your time, but it was just like, wow, really? I don't know, but I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I like Chris Carter, but it's just too much. It's just too much sometimes, man. I mean, every situation doesn't have to have the extreme opinion. It doesn't.
Nope.
That
what
man
they
waited
paid
so
him
long.
for,
He
too.
waited
They
so
paid
long to get
him
into the
to
Hall of
be
Fame. He
a
felt like
caricature
dropping
of
the
Chris
mic.
Carter.
he didn't. Boy, I don't
That's
even
why
want to
like
talk.
my-
I can't even
that's
say
why
what
like
I
my
want to
show right
say.
here. That's why I love my show, because y'all, I ain't no. Don't
I'm
be
not even-
be yourself.
I'm not even gonna say what I want
We
to
already
say.
got all of us got issues. Just be yourself. Be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he waited forever to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Or
he
it
was
right
out there
when
like
started.
he was out there saying blah.
So cry me a river.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a
Really?
minute.
Cry me a
Really?
river.
Yes.
Man,
Thank you.
I'm telling you,
River
you
Chris
see,
Carter.
no one's listening to me. No one's
What?
listening to
What?
me.
I
I don't
thought-
want to come out and say it.
Just say it.
but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna.
I got editing
He was a
power.
nice guy. People didn't like him. But
I'm the executive
you can edit
producer.
your-
I got this.
No, I just feel like you know how some of them players are that get special treatment that other players don't. I'm just saying that being in the same locker
Oh,
room
baby,
with them,
Chris is getting them now.
I'm not.
Chris
I'm not
be on Mike and Mike in the morning and be like, I was watching the MLS Project last night, Greeny. And let me tell you something.
I'm
disgusted. I'm disgusted.
Whoa. First of all,
I'm disgusted.
What is that accent?
Pull your pants up. Pull your pants up. Oh, sorry. Wrong
Google
argument.
me.
My bad.
I'm gonna tell
Shut up.
Deon, I need you to
Greeny.
Google me.
Who?
Pull your pants up.
Google me. Yeah.
Google me. Hashtag.
He gonna say
Hall of Fame.
Deon Dyer.
Hall of Fame. Buckeye.
Google me.
Hashtag. Google me.
Listen.
No, Buckeye, born and bred.
Buckeye.
Listen.
Born and bred. Hall of Fame. HOF, baby.
Listen.
Even after I'm dead.
Listen.
Don't do that. Said he was on the team with me.
Deuces.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Well, because I see where this is headed, I'm just gonna go ahead and meet you right around that corner. Because that's typically like what I like to do, especially when I play. If we're gonna have an ISO, I'm gonna meet you on your side of the ball. You're not gonna meet me on my side of the ball.
There you go.
So,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yes, Pete, you raised that question the other day, and honestly, I'm really, really saddened.
McCants, man.
I'm saddened. I am very, very
Yeah.
saddened. You have a young man who
I still have yet to
who's-
read that article and see.
You don't-
It was on Outside the Lines today.
Jay,
I
you
did
got
read it.
just Google it or just look at it.
Yeah, I missed it. What are we
I'm-
talking about?
I mean,
Oh,
I'm-
Rashad
I'm,
McCants.
I'm saddened
Prev,
for a
you
lot of
posted
reasons.
the article about McCants.
You posted the article.
You posted the article about McCants, Prev.
McCants
Man,
talking
man.
about the African American Studies program, basically.
Oh, that McCants.
Class.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was just doing that to irk people that like Carolina.
Oh Lord.
Oh, you hit home, but you hit home with Deon, but that was his actual major.
Well, I didn't mean to hit track the man.
At UNC. At UNC.
At Carolina, I'm just breaking up the
Carolina.
I'm just saying that there's a perspective to have. There it is to the man
If
to
you
the
could
left.
ever hit the
No.
nail on the head, Prev, I think.
Oh, where my hammer at then? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You got a
Deon,
couple
go ahead and get in
ballots
on that
over
one,
there.
man. I hadn't heard your take. So
Well,
what's your
Yes.
deal on
Yeah,
that?
let's hear it. Let's
Like
hear
I
that.
said, I'm saddened. I'm saddened in a lot of ways because one aspect, that's a young man who needs help, who wants to. He's crying out for help, but I don't believe in whomever put him up to that. I don't believe that that's the smart way to go about it, and not because of what he's saying. It's because he's troubled and he wants to actually get help with some area in his life involving his education. That's my major. A lot of those classes that he even brought up, I was in, I was a part of. I will go on the record night and day, all day. I earned every stitch of my degree. I earned every bit of it. And when I was at UNC, not only did I go to every class, no, I didn't go to every class. Because you know why I didn't go to every class? Because I had to run when I didn't make every class. So that's the whole deal. Like the coaches and the staff and the people, they held us accountable. So I don't know when and where all of that stuff started for him. I really don't. I mean,
What would be the motive? I mean, you saying he's reaching out, but like, what would be the true motive? Like, he said it now, so now, I mean, was he saying it to? I mean, a lot of times I'm always curious, like, what's the motive? Some people are getting paid. Some people are looking like they may have some legal bitter or got some legal action that may
Mad at
take
somebody.
place. Yeah, just
but
something.
that-
I'm like, is that really what the deal is? I'm like, what is?
I truly believe from what I saw, and I didn't see all of it today. I have to go and look at it some more. I think he's hurting. I think that he.
I was very surprised. I'll be honest with you. I was very surprised.
I don't know. I can't
So
say.
he's just like broke and
I don't know if
bitter?
that's the case. I don't
I
know
think
if
he's
it's.
bitter.
I think
I
he's
think he's
hurting.
bitter
He's
against
bitter.
Roy.
Yeah, and
I think he's bitter against Roy Williams for something.
for something, and maybe for himself for not doing more. You understand? For not doing more in school, you know, because now I think he's faced with the real world, and he's like, well, what do I have to follow? When you get people asking you in the real world, well, what did you do? What do you know, what's your education in? Or what do you, it says one thing, but you know nothing of it.
But the thing about it is with me is I would never admit to something like that unless it was some legal action about to take place. Why would I tell you I'm a dummy? I'm not gonna tell you. I mean.
Well, see,
I haven't seen.
I mean, I don't get that.
It's been under investigation.
Let me say something. I mean, when I forwarded the article, you know, we've been reading the story, but the scandal, the academic scandal, is not a new story. This didn't just pop up with Rashad McCants. This has been, you know, subject to investigations. People lost jobs over this. It's been going on for over 2 years, so I didn't really think much about it.
A little more than that.
Yeah, over more than 2 years. So what I was thinking was, you know, I kind of equated it to who was the boy from Duke that started ratting about the assistant coaches paying the players, and nothing ever came of it, by the way. But
I never even heard about it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
With the guy with the weird name, he's in the NBA still.
No.
He played for UNC. What
No,
year
it was
was
Duke.
it?
I'm talking about a Duke guy.
What year was it?
Shoot, man. He was on the same team as Boozer, I think.
You talking about? You're not talking about Batty, eh?
Nah.
Will Avery?
No.
Is it I think it's an African name. Is it?
I can't remember. It was like African Italian or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but my point was, remember, this dude just came out and started talking about the Duke assistants were paying them during summer leagues, and it was all for about a whole 35 minutes. There's a lot of talk about an investigation, and go, shh.
Damn, I never heard it.
It's like 90. This is like the late 90s or early 2000s. And yeah, look that one up. But of course, nothing. It's Duke, so nothing ever came of it. So my point is, to me, I equated it the same thing all along. It's like somebody's mad at somebody. Somebody didn't get something they thought they had promised to them. Somebody got slighted at the pancake social or something. I don't know what the deal was, but he's mad, and now he's talking.
He's mad. But
Corey Maggette.
Yeah, Maggette.
Corey Maggette.
Right.
Maggette.
He's mad, and he's upset. I don't know from what I saw. He's on television. He's got his hat to the back. Okay, he's got tats everywhere. He's a young man, but he wants to be taken serious. Who is in charge of how he looks and his appearance? Who's in his corner trying to help him get his message across? Because if it's just him, that's not a good way to go about it.
But this is a perfect example of why. And Tori clowns me all the time about this and about how I'm like, these guys need to stay in school. This is a perfect example of
classic.
He left.
Yep.
He left way early. Didn't need to leave.
He wanted to go pro.
Just because the NBA wants you doesn't mean you have to leave.
Well, doesn't mean
I
just
understand
because
the money is sitting there.
No, but just because they say the NBA that you would be good in the NBA doesn't mean the NBA wants you right then, because you might not be ready.
Right.
Your barbershop boys say you
and
in
a
the
lot
NBA.
of these guys.
Right. Just because your mama said that you should go pro, and now's a good time.
Listen,
the red flags were up there with McCants because when he was in college, people were like, he's lazy. He could have been way better than he was, and he didn't want to work that hard.
But that was the whole concept of what he was talking about. I mean, he never had to do anything more than what he did before to be on the team, not go to class, not do the papers. I mean, it was reflective of his whole personality.
So that's what I'm saying. So he's upset with himself because he didn't apply himself and he didn't get more out of what he wanted. But you don't go and discredit my damn degree. Because and everything and everyone else that was there with me that we did,
right?
That's hogwash.
What we said, Vince
Deon,
Carter.
let me ask you this:
African American Studies,
Carter,
right?
The school who will get his degree and all that stuff. Is his stuff legit?
Who?
Vince Carter. I'm about to say, yeah, it should
Vince
be.
Carter.
Yes. I was in classes with Vince.
He went back to school to finish.
Listen,
you was in class with him, right?
I was in classes with Vince and those other basketball players. So that's why I'm saying, hey, let me tell you.
This is more of an isolated incident with McCants.
Yes, yeah,
but he's claiming there's some other folks, and I'm just like, he's scared to name names. So I was like, do I take you serious?
But the thing is though, he's saying that it happened with his other teammates and all this other stuff,
Right,
and everybody else on the team that they've asked is like, nah,
I don't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. I went to class.
Well, like Deon said, this has gotta be this is him.
Listen, I went to UNC. I went to UNC 2 times. Let me tell you, I went to UNC 2 times. Okay, the first time from '96 to 2000. Basketball players were in class. They may have been knocked out, but they were there. Okay, all right. They just like any other normal student. There were students in there that read papers. How disrespectful is that? But they were there. Okay, and I went back.
It's college. That's college.
And I went back. I went back to UNC in 07, 06, 07. Basketball players were in my Swahili class of the African American Studies program. So I don't understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is
anybody that had.
My bad. There's a woman. That woman, I can't think of her name. Ah, Lord.
She might have been on. I know the lady that probably was on the show.
The so-called whistleblower.
Yeah.
Saying that she came across athletes that couldn't read past the 2nd grade level. Now, lady, what the hell did you just come across? Because you can't even get into college without taking an SAT or an ACT. So what are you talking about? Whether you're an athlete or not.
Good.
I'm just saying that's the standardized testing, whether you're an athlete or not.
So basically, what you're saying is it's bitter. It's just bitterness.
I think that's what it is. I think it's
and he might have some. There might be something there. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Deon on this one because he was there. There might be something there because there's always somebody that does something halfway and half behind.
Lonice, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
I'm not saying that his story is completely bogus, but I'm saying really you got to come back and you're gonna rat out everybody and be like it was the whole program, it was the whole department.
My issue.
All the degrees that come out of African American history are bogus and not legit at Carolina. Really?
That's my issue.
That's what you're giving me?
That's my issue. I agree totally. I couldn't have said it better. I agree with you.
And I'm gonna say it from a fan of being a Kansas fan. So being a Roy Williams supporter, you never heard. I'm not saying it don't happen. We all know there's some things that can happen, but you never heard any speculation about any of this stuff at Kansas. So now, why would he all of a sudden feel? I mean, he won the championships. He was already successful. He was already in the Hall of Fame when he got to Carolina. So why would he all of a sudden just change the flow?
You got to be I remember Matt Brown told us. Matt Brown told all of us. He said, "You will." He said, "Listen, I will help you all I can. You will graduate if you want it. If you want to."
Matt Brown.
Rashad McCants is like, man, I should have treated Khloe Kardashian better. Now.
And on that note, that's a great note.
Good night.